When you get home from school, it's very, very hard for you to apply yourself to being disciplined, to do hard work, to study, to go to the gym. But I've actually managed to do that successfully. As soon as I get home from school, I can be productive nowadays. And the reason that I'm telling you this is because it's very important. What I've managed to do with this is I've cultivated a great social circle, I've gotten good grades, I have gotten a lot of work done every single day. Like I can upload YouTube videos often, I can run an online business. And what I am going to teach you here is very valuable. So make sure to stick around because it's very important. Because a few months ago when I got home from school, what happened was that I usually got home and I went to take a nap, basically because I was extremely tired. I always felt like I had a carb crash, that I had ate a ton of sugar or a ton of carbs, and then I was just getting home. I had a bit of a headache and I was really, really tired. So what I would usually do was that I was going to sleep for about half an hour. Then I would wake up and then I would maybe try and do something, but oftentimes it was very hard. I couldn't actually apply myself to doing anything like recording YouTube videos, reading, scripting videos, meditating, taking a cold shower, whatever. And the habits that you want to get into, if you just use a protocol that I'm going to lay out right here, I promise you that you can go from having a carb crash feeling when you get home from school to feeling extremely sharp. So that's why the first thing that you have to do when you get home from school is to have a strict plan of action. So what it basically means is that you have to schedule what you're going to do. So what I do is when I go to sleep, I basically write down, okay, so I'm waking up, I'm doing my usual morning routine, then I'm going to school, then I write down exactly in order what I need to do when I get home from school. So for example, what I usually do is that I write school, then I go to the gym. When I get home, I do this habit, and then I get into my first deep work block, and in there I'm actually going to do this thing. So you have to be very, very specific and sit down and think for some time why you're going to do this. In what order and why that specific order. So for example, a thing for me is I like meditating before I do my work because I'm not usually doing my meditation if I don't complete it before work. And I've also realized that it's easier for me to get into a flow state once I have meditated because I've practiced being focused. So it's very important for you to start planning and scheduling and asking yourself. And it's going to take effort. Keep that in mind. And the second tip is that you have to do one habit, and that's cold showers. Before you click off, before you think anything else, listen to me. If you feel extremely tired when you get home from school, the cold shower is the solution because it has so many benefits. One thing that it does to you is that it wakes you up. So for example, as soon as you get home, what you do is you go right into a cold shower. So what I usually do is I get home from school and then I get into a cold shower, and it hurts a lot. It's very, very, very painful. But once I've gotten out of the cold shower, I feel a lot better because I've actually utilized being cold and I've utilized pain for me to become productive, because cold exposure is the best way to increase short-term motivation with not like scrolling or dopamine activity that won't really move you anywhere. Because if you're starting to scroll or doing another activity that raises your dopamine in the short term, what will happen is that you will usually just feel even more tired. But this will wake you up and you will get a motivation boost for, I think it's around 3 hours. And I can genuinely tell the difference for when I haven't done the cold shower and when I have done the cold shower. So start doing a cold shower because it has so many health benefits, and it will increase your motivation as well. So it will move you from this kind of like carb crash feeling to that you feel awake and extremely sharp, just because you've shocked your body to the point where you have to be sharp and you have to be alert. And that's a key lesson that I've learned. So the third thing that you can do is you have to cultivate a new type of mindset. You have to associate growth with pain. So even though you can feel a bit tired, even though you've done all of the practices that I've told you here, you have to remind yourself that the only way that you are going to improve your life is via pain. Pain is inevitable. You can't escape pain. So that's why it's important for you to realize that if you start to associate like motivation and like comfort with growth, then it's very, very easy for you to stagnate and for you to fall off. But if you start associating the grind with pain, but you still feel purposeful about it, but you associate it with pain and discomfort, then you will make so much more progress that it will almost feel unreal, because you've started to change your mindset. And this shift does not come from you thinking to yourself, okay, I have to associate with the pain, even though that can help. You have to just continually, when you experience pain or are in the present moment, you have to just bring your focus back to the point where you think to yourself, pain is going to help me grow. I'm going to become stronger from this pain. And a really, really great quote that I heard from Alex Ramosi, a very, very successful businessman, is, this will be the story that I will one day tell. So for example, for me currently, I've hopped into a cold shower. I think it is maybe 14 days in a row. I haven't missed any days. Like I've done it every single day. And now I tell this story about it. So this will be the story that I will one day tell. And for example, right now I have been extremely productive today. I feel I've almost had a headache just because I've spent so much time on my phone, just working, just scripting, just creating thumbnails, ideas, putting a lot of effort into the things that I have to do in order for me to improve my life. So basically what you have to remember is that effort and pain, if you just can master that and work extremely hard, I promise you that you can make so much progress towards your goals. And that's basically what I would do if I was in your situation. And this is how I've solved this carb crash feeling. And you can also have a black coffee. You can also go for a 30-minute nap. That's also something that you can take into consideration and experiment around a little bit. And that's all I had to say for this one. If you want my complete blueprint on how to change your life, and I will help you skyrocket your growth in this journey, you can book a free call with the link in the description. And I really, really do hope that you get some value out of this video, and I'll see you in the next one.